Welcome to the Mystic Access Podcast, where the magic is in learning.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Mystic Access Podcast. She's Kim.
He's Chris.
And the sound that you just heard was the sound of the Amazon tap.
And if it were yesterday, we could say that was an April Fool. But since it isn't, it's April 2nd. Yes, that is a real, honest-to-goodness Amazon tap. Yes. Chris has gotten the first of his new Amazon Play Pretties, and we're very excited to share them with you.
So, for those who don't know, the Amazon Tap is a Bluetooth and Wi-Fi enabled speaker. And this speaker will allow you to utilize the Echo facilities so that one can talk to their speaker, get news, get weather, anything that the big Echo can do, the Amazon Tap can do. The beauty of the Amazon Tap, though, is it is battery powered.
Yeah, it has about, 9 hours of battery power, I think?
Yes, it does. The disadvantage to the Tap, and I'm going to say this right out, having used the original Echo and the Amazon Tap, is, for me, the beauty of the Echo is that it's always listening. So you can just walk into the room and say the magic word, and she can respond. Because the Tap is running on battery power, that would probably kill your battery in about 2 hours if it was sitting there constantly listening to you. With the name of the Amazon Tap, you actually tap the microphone button that is on the front face of the Amazon Tap. What time is it?
The time is 5:56.
What is the temperature?
Right now in Buffalo it's 37 degrees with cloudy skies. Tonight's forecast has snowy weather and a low of 24 degrees.
Snowy weather in April. Go figure.
Exactly, and that's not an April Fool's joke.
No, it's not.
Play music.
Here's a prime station you might like, Coldplay.
What is your battery?
The battery is at about 95%.
Stop. So every time I'm interacting with the Tap, I am pressing the microphone button to acknowledge that I want to actually address the speaker. On the top of the speaker, you will find a kind of like a rubbery coating, and on the top we have 5 buttons. And going from left to right, you have rewind, then you have play, then you have forward. Each one of those 3 buttons has 2 dots on them. Above and below the play button, you have volume up, which is the furthest away from you, and then you have volume down, which is closest to you. If you follow the volume down, you will find a little microphone grill, and if you continue to bring your finger down, you'll find the button that you use to talk to it. If you hold it in your hand, either your left hand or your right hand, at least for me, my left thumb or my right thumb just rests right on it.
How big is this critter?
How tall are you?
Amazon Tap is 158.6 millimeters tall and 65.6 millimeters in diameter and weighs 470 grams.
It's kind of like an oversized beer can.
Mm.
That's pretty much what it looks like. On the back of the speaker, you have 2 buttons. One is the power button, so if you press and hold the power button, it will turn itself off, and it makes a nice little power down sound. Underneath that is a line-in jack. It's an 1/8 inch jack, so you could play something like your Victor Stream, an older CD player, things of that nature. Underneath that is the Bluetooth button, so if you press the Bluetooth button...
Ready to pair. Go to the Bluetooth settings on your mobile device and choose Amazon Tap -1G5.
Now, obviously yours isn't 1G5, but mine is. I'm going to press that button again.
Bluetooth pairing mode is off.
And I just turned off Bluetooth pairing. Now, if I want to change my Wi-Fi settings, I would press and hold that Bluetooth button for 5 seconds, and that will put the tap into setup mode. When you first turn your tap on, it automatically goes into setup mode. So that will allow you to go to the alexa.amazon.com website and or the Echo app within your Android, iOS, or Fire OS, and that will allow you to connect it to your wireless network. But this
All of which are beautifully accessible, of course.
Exactly. So if you press and hold the button,
Now in setup mode. Follow the instructions in your Alexa app.
it just tells you, what to do. You'd go add a new device and go from there.
And if you have a big sister Echo, then you will understand exactly what that's like.
Go to the Bluetooth settings on your mobile device and choose Amazon Tap.
And I just press the Bluetooth button to get out of settings. And
That settings is very, very familiar.
Yes.
If you already have a bigger sister Echo previously, because it works the exact same way. You're just pressing the Bluetooth Wi-Fi button instead of the Actions button on your Echo.
Absolutely, yes.
You can do all the same stuff that you can do through your Echo. So if there's a particular skill you love, I found myself recently using area code and zip code pretty obsessively, unfortunately. But it's good that it's there. So those are a couple I've been playing with lately and really enjoying. You can utilize that on this. One of the things that I really like about the Tap is that if you're going to the beach this summer or you're going on a trip and you know you're just going to be kind of lazing around and hanging out and, just spending time with family and friends or whatever, or just drinking a beer on the porch this summer, what a great little device to have with you, because it'll be right there at your hand. You're probably just going to be jamming out and playing music anyway. So anytime you just want to reach over and have her stop or change station or play something different or do something or give you the time, whatever, you have the opportunity to do that really, really easily. And you have the portability and not having to have anything plugged into the wall for at least 9 hours, which is awesome.
You have to have a Wi-Fi connection.
Yep.
So if you're at the beach, you might be connecting to your cell phone as a hotspot.
Yep,
or what
exactly.
Have you. Yes.
You got to have something. So just if you have a hotspot on your phone, you're golden. You'll be fine. But make sure that you have that available, or you aren't going to be able to stream anything.
If I want to, as Kim said, read my book.
Getting your book from Audible. Resuming Jurassic Park.
Malcolm. Shortly before midnight.
So now I'm going to turn this up.
Dallas Airport. A tall, thin, balding man of 35, dressed entirely in black.
Play music.
Here's a prime station you might like. El King.
What a slave. I got the sheets on the floor.
Stop. Or you can do your skills. You could say something like, launch zip code.
Zip code. What zip code do you want the city for?
95123.
The zip code 95123 is San Jose in California.
Very good. I just learned something because I just pulled that zip code out of the air. Ask earthquake, what's shaking?
The following earthquakes have occurred within the past hour. Magnitude 2.6, near Edmond, Oklahoma. Magnitude 2.7, near Stillwater, Oklahoma. Magnitude -0.2, near Hawthorne, Nevada.
And one really cool thing that they just added is the ability to set daily or weekend alarms.
Yay! I've been wanting that for months. I'm so excited.
So you can say, set a daily alarm for 6 a.m.
For which day?
Every day.
Alarm set for every day at 6 a.m.
Set a daily alarm.
Alarm for what time?
9 a.m.
Second alarm set for every day at 9 a.m.
Cancel daily alarm.
Cancel which everyday alarm? Every day at 6 a.m. or every day at 9 a.m.?
6 a.m.
Alarm for every day at 6 a.m. canceled.
Set a reoccurring alarm for 3 p.m.
For which day?
Weekend.
Third alarm set for every weekend at 3 p.m.
It's such a cool feature. I'm particularly happy about the new Fitbit feature that has recently been implemented as well. So for those of us who like that sort of thing, she'll give us that information now.
These little echoes, whether you get the big Amazon Echo, the Amazon Tap, or the Amazon Dot, which to my understanding looks just like the big Amazon Echo, doesn't have as good enough speaker, but it's meant to hook up to your stereo system.
So if you have something like our Shark or our Volume and Bass or some big stereo that you would really like to hook up to and get really big sound, and you want to spend $89 on your Echo device, this might be the way to go. Now, you do have to have it plugged into power, but you have the always listening feature. And don't worry, Chris is getting one, so we will have a feature follow-up podcast on the Dot.
It's back ordered until May.
It's July now.
Oh, it is July now. Okay.
I think it's July now, yep.
Well, I'm getting mine in May. The funny thing is I just ordered this thing on the 25th and I had it, so I'm not quite sure how that works. I wonder if the Dot was more popular than the Tap.
Maybe. Yeah, well,
or they just made more.
Maybe. Well, the Dot is less expensive. Of the three in the line,
That's
there's
true.
a significant price decrease between $179, $129, and $89. Is that how it works?
Yes. It's $89 for the Dot. It's $129 for the Tap, and it's $179 for the big Echo, or the original Echo.
And I believe one of them, Dot, I think, you can only order if you're a Prime member currently. I wonder if that's still the case.
You can actually only order it from an Echo device.
Oh, that's what it was.
That's my understanding, at least.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So you could say the A word, order a Dot, and it would
Which
order.
I'm not going to do. One thing I just want to add to this, and this is just so you guys will know, if you have been interested in our Echo tutorial that we offer for $39 on mysticaccess.com, it's 6 hours of material. All of that material, 95% of it or more probably like 98% of it, will be relevant to both these devices. The only difference is going to be in the orientation of your tap, really. The Dot is essentially, from what we know right now, a little mini version of your big Echo.
I know somebody who has a Dot, and they told me that it is exactly the same as the original Echo. So the orientation basically would cut off,
a couple inches.
Quite a few inches
off the top.
Yes. And that would be what your Dot looks like.
Yeah, everything else should work great. The only thing you're going to have is a line out port so that you can hook it into your stereo.
And
that should be the only difference.
Yeah, and it also connects via a micro USB port to charge. That's another thing I wanted to mention real quick, is the Tap comes with a charging cradle. And this is just a little disc. It looks like a coaster for a beer can. So let's go back to the beer can.
Let's go back to the beer cans. Yes, it's almost summertime.
So the beer can sits on the coaster. The coaster plugs in to, you can either charge it via a computer or charge it via the included little wall adapter that it comes with. But what I think is really cool is that when you put the Tap on the charging cradle, if it's not playing music, it does this. So that lets you know that it is connected and it is charging. Now, if I ask it, what is your battery level?
The battery is at about 95%.
But it's not telling me that it's charging, but because it made that sound, it tells me that it's charging. And
the other way to know that for sure is if you're not 100% as to whether or not you've gotten it into the cradle, wait 3 or 4 minutes and ask it again what the battery is. And there's
really no way to not get it in the cradle.
Mm-hmm.
It sits right on the cradle, and can you hear it? I'm kind of moving it back and forth. So it's not, if you had it sitting on the floor or something and somebody walked into it, or if you knocked it off the desk or bumped into it with your elbow, it's definitely going to come out of the cradle, but it just sits in there nice. All right, we know.
It's charging.
And I just connected it to my laptop. So my laptop's giving it enough power to charge.
Yeah, so if you've even got one of those, I've got one of those Halo chargers that you can either plug into the wall or plug into a cigarette lighter or what have you in order to charge it. But if you've got one of those and it's got juice in it, take one of those, plug your tap into it, you're golden.
Yeah, I've actually got one of those Talking My Charge battery packs like you're talking about, and it would do the same thing. I haven't tried it, but it would do the same thing. Well, we just wanted to share the Amazon Tap with you, and thank you once again for being a listener to the Mystic Access podcast. We definitely appreciate it.
We do. We appreciate you listening and spreading the word and all that good stuff. We have lots of wonderful things coming in the very near future. Right now, my current focus is finishing the recording of our Braille Note Touch audio tutorial, which is long work in progress, but it's turning out really well. We're very excited about it, and lots of good things to come. After that, I promise you, stream tutorial owners and those wanting one, your updates are coming. I promise. It's just a matter of me getting this project done. It is priority number 1 right now, and I have to get that finished before you get those.
One thing I did want to mention about the Braille Note Touch audio tutorial is that the Braille Note Touch audio tutorial will be free to anybody who wants it.
Yep, we're going to have it on our site. We believe HumanWare is going to have it up on their site, and it will be available to whoever wants it. If it's something that you want to check out when it is available, you can find it. We'll make sure there's a link in a prominent place, or you can just contact us and we'll guide you in the right direction towards finding the link. And we'll make a note in one of our future podcasts as to when it's done and when the link is available as well, so that you guys will have the opportunity to take a listen and see if the touch might be something that interests you. It definitely has a lot of very innovative features, and we will also put a sample within the podcast at some date very, very soon. So definitely stay tuned if you're interested. So that's just a bit of news on the front. We also might have a new tutorial coming out very soon. So stay tuned. Keep your eyes and ears peeled, and we may have some fun announcements coming up in the next couple of weeks. So if you aren't a member of our news list and would like to join, there is a link directly on the website on the mysticaccess.com homepage, or you can send an email to manews-subscribe@mysticaccess.com, and you will be subscribed to our news list, and you will be the first to know when new goodies are added to the store. And there are also coupons and discounts that you guys get sometimes that other people don't, or before everyone else. So it can pay to be a member of our news list.
Thank you very much, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
The preceding podcast is a presentation of Mystic Access, where the magic is in learning. To contact us, please visit www.mysticaccess.com. Call us 716-543-3323 and press 2 to reach our Mystic Access podcast comment line. Email us at show@mysticaccesspodcast.com and follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/mysticaccess. Would you like to spread the word about our podcasts? Please tell your friends and colleagues to visit us at www.mysticaccesspodcast.com. If you enjoy what you hear on our podcasts, feel free to leave us an iTunes rating and review. We certainly appreciate those. Also, you may feel free to use our podcasts in your own RSS feed. Just be sure that all of our contact information is left intact. Thanks for spreading the word, and thanks for listening. We hope that you have enjoyed this episode.